generation. I remember way back, you ain't have no swag. You did a little research, now you got a moon bag. Now you got a new walk, now you got new swag. You did a little research, now you got a moon bag. Well, let me show you what the moon bag's like. You take them gains when it gets that high. I mean, the market may dip for a little bit. That's when I hurry up and buy. Me, I just wanna rub them thighs. I like my oatmeal chunky, banana nuts all in it. Shit, you're talking about the blockchain monkeys. It's a solo nation.
Now, when it comes to crypto, we're talking about cold storage. Get your crypto off the exchange and into a cold storage wallet to where only you have access. Okay? Decent wallet link in the description. Now, what is going on, blockchain monkeys? Igor here, and I want to thank you for coming to my jungle. But first of all, I'm no financial advisor whatsoever, nor am I professional in blockchain technology. But there is one thing that I absolutely will do, and that's give my opinion. So today, we got to take a macro view. What is happening with XRP? What are they loading up for? Is this lawsuit coming to an end or what? But you're going to hear what Teeka has to say about the situation. As a matter of fact, he didn't actually mention XRP, but it sure sounds like it. And then we got Legarde giving you a hint or two. And ladies and gentlemen, what is happening around the whole planet regarding the US dollar? Let's take a look. Well, before we can even do that, I'm gonna need you to rub those hands together real vigorously. Slide down Twitter. And so this coming in hot from Paul Gurrell, Chief Legal Officer at Coinbase. He says, Mr. Deaton is exactly right. Investment contracts must include both investment and contracts, as those terms are set out by Congress and interpreted by Supreme Court. Neither is present when it comes to the secondary sales of digital assets. And a huge shout out to the Bearable Bull for bringing us this clip. Now, Teeka, he's a guy we used to watch back in 2017. He's pretty good at this crypto stuff. Take a listen to this.
This event will happen. It is 100% guaranteed to take place.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are now rocking with the blockchain monkeys. Let's go.
Well, but let me stop you right there, Teeka. I know you met him, but how can you guarantee that something will happen?
It's a great question. A few years ago, again, I personally met this man who's about to flip the switch and trigger this panic. He's a crypto billionaire, one of the most important men in the crypto world. And developers who are involved in this project, they have confirmed this is happening by as early as the end of this month. That means they could flip the switch at any moment they choose.
He said flip the switch.
They're actually running the final test as we speak. John, this is the final test right before they pull that trigger. That means we could wake up tomorrow morning and read about it in the headlines.
Yeah, see, I knew this was going to be timely. I just knew it. So this panic that you're talking about could start as soon as tomorrow.
Exactly. And we only have one shot here, because I'm not talking about a Bitcoin halving that happens every 4 years. I mean, if you miss a Bitcoin halving, it's not great, but at least 4 years later, you get another shot at it. I'm talking about an event that will only happen one time, once they flip the switch, John.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you got your moon boots ready and your moon shades on, okay? Coming in hot, we have Globiance. How many times am I going to tell you? Globiance platform, free GBEX daily. GBEX is a native utility token on Globiance used in many applications on the platform. And ladies and gentlemen, if you're about to launch a new project, you might want to reach out to Globiance. The legitimacy, the compliance is off the chain, okay? Holding GBEX earns daily GBEX rewards. Why wouldn't you? And coming in hot from Mr. Man XRP, the digital euro confirmation for October 2023, you can probably expect the markets to drop significantly to draw on liquidity from the old world and flush it into the new one. Buckle up. And right here, we have Legarde, president of the central bank, former IMF. Take a listen.
There's also a very important role for monetary sovereignty. So could you give us the latest in your thinking on the digital euro?
Sure, with pleasure.
She said with pleasure.
We have been doing is, first of all, exploring for a couple of years, then really investigating and trying to sort of decipher what the options were. And if the Governing Council was to decide, so in October, we would move into the beginning of the implementation, which is not definite.
The implementation has already started, ladies and gentlemen, okay?
green light, but certainly one that would move us closer to operating completely with a digital euro. So, I try to think of three key reasons why we're doing that. And we are moving ahead, and we are trying to be as practical and as granular as we can. I think the first reason we are doing it is for integrity purposes. The second reason we're doing it is for resilience purposes. And the third reason is for integration. So if I start with my integrity point, what we have seen throughout the euro area and in Europe in general is a dwindling use of cash. And this has been certainly
Did you hear that, ladies and gentlemen?
accelerated by COVID. It has been tempered a bit during the terrible invasion of Russia against Ukraine, because there was suddenly a little appetite for cash yet again. But the general trend is less use of cash and more use of digital payments.
This is why I express, ladies and gentlemen, get your cold storage wallet. If you're new to this space, get equipped with this knowledge so you can securely handle your assets. Link in the description. Blockchain monkeys, let's go.
Are very clear. We have seen a decline of 72% to 59% in terms of use of cash.
We see it.
And the digital
They're putting it right in front of our face.
Virtually tripled during that same period of time. So everything is going digital. People are clearly expressing a preference for it. And there is no reason why we as a central bank should not be exploring also the reason why digital cash can be of good use. And as my colleague and friend Francois calls it, he says it's cash plus.
This coming in hot from the real fly.
Today, Brazil, in our hemisphere, largest country in the Western Hemisphere south of us, cut a trade deal with China. They're going to, from now on, do trade in their own currencies, get right around the dollar. They're creating a secondary economy in the world, totally independent of the United States. We won't have to talk about sanctions in 5 years because there'll be so many countries transacting in currencies other than the dollar that we won't have the ability to sanction them.
Now this coming in from the Real Vision. The president of El Salvador has signed a bill that will get rid of income, property, and capital gains taxes for technology innovations. But I got to leave you with this, okay? Real Vision. A new era of global polarization from BRICS' new currency plans to trade the Chinese yuan. Let's take a look at recent events that have significantly propelled this trend. And so we have here the biggest recent catalysts are the sanctions imposed on Russia. Sanctions have forced Moscow to look for other ways to get paid for the oil, LNG, wheat, and etc. This has led to more international trade using the Russian ruble, the Chinese yuan, and other currencies. And then we have here Russia. Parliamentarian Alexander recently revealed that the BRICS countries are working on their development of a new form of currency. The nations involved will pitch ideas related to the objective during the upcoming summit in South Africa in August. Are you getting prepared? And so you see what's happening here with the IMF. The IMF has also acknowledged that the US dollar's declining dominance in global central bank reserves. Contributing factors include the diversification of central banks' holdings, the rise of alternative currencies, and even cryptocurrencies. Are you getting this, ladies and gentlemen? All up in your area, it should be right on your radar. I mean, it just keeps on going, ladies and gentlemen. Saudi Aramco also just signed 2 big refinery deals with Chinese companies. During his visit to Saudi Arabia, Xi Jinping advocated for oil trade in yuan, which could undermine the US dollar's global dominance. You may not have been listening before, but are you listening now?
Cause it's the standard in this bitch. XRP. I went to YouTube University, and now they mocking me with no degree. We saying by the swift, keep it walking. Respect your elders in these bushes. Bitcoin is talking.
You don't have to be rich to be taking advantage of this. This was the beginning of the greatest transformation of wealth the world has ever fucking seen since World War II.
Blockchain. We talking about an intellectual choo-choo train. It's DLT up in these streets, man. That's why we rip all on that blockchain.